afternoon, morning, or evening, wherever you are, and welcome to the Metroid Dread's 20% No Major Glitches tournament. We are in the Thoha bracket here with Antoine and Swerb racing today, and we are about to get started. I am JP, joined by Satora. How you doing?
Doing great. I'm what is it? It's around lunchtime for me, so I'm gonna have a bit of a snack while I watch this race. But I've been watching both of these runners just a little bit, and I think this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, bringing up in the bracket where they are at this point, we are in this is the loser side of the brackets, so the bottom side. Both playing to stay alive. We're in round 3, so yeah, both of them have fought quite a bit so far, and they're going to fight today to stay alive in this bracket and advance.
And we're off.
Right, here we go.
You got Swerb taking a bit of an early lead, probably just because of load time. I didn't pay too much attention. Load times can vary between copies of the game, or even based on switches or whether you're running on an SD card. So. It's totally feasible for any. Whoa! He hit the home. Okay, well he did that so he could remove that variance. You know.
You can tell by his camera he didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he pressed the home button.
Here's going to be our first pseudo, for pseudo, and pretty nice one for Antoine. Swerve needs a few extra shots.
And we're through. Getting through those pseudos and the climb as well at around 1 minute and 30 seconds into the door. That's pretty good. So you can see here Swerve having more traditional difficulty with the pseudos. 143 cloak door. But the thing is, we're past it. This is one of the least favorite parts of the run for me personally. So
Yeah,
it's just fun to put it behind us, right?
Yeah, I agree. I hate those early pseudos.
Looks like Antoine did not hit enough missiles to skip phase 3, but it's no big deal. We'll be heading into phase 2. Gets the double missile sliding under, and yep, that's Corpius.
Which it looks like Swerve has the same issue. Can't skip.
He was 4 missiles off. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's tough.
The worst case is when you slide with the missiles, and that's when you defeat phase 3, and you're just like, I was 1 missile off, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, he uncloaks before going through the door, gets the shut in his face. I'm not sure which is worse, doing that or having to walk of shame. Heading through the first Emmy zone. There is no Emmy since neither runner triggered the Emmy, well, I guess triggered the Emmy trigger, I guess. I mean, I don't really know
Yeah.
how else to put that. You'll see that they slide into these tunnels. I'm sure Swerb will do the same. The route doesn't accommodate for skipping this little flag here, the item tutorial. So we just use it here, since if you want to dodge that, you'd have to go above and under. Why would we do that? Oh, Swerb takes a dip in the pit there, and we have water slide skip, Jehudi skip, water jump skip, annoying trick number 10, whatever you want to call it. This might give Swerb the chance he needs to catch up, and commentators curse for Swerb, but blessing for Anton. As soon as I say that, he gets it right through.
Still can make up some time though if he gets this quick.
That's for sure. I wonder. So yeah, Swerve's just gotta take a dip. I was thinking to myself, like, how many tries would Swerve take before he needs to just abandon. For this trick in particular, I completely understand it as well, especially if you're not comfortable with doing it with rapid precision. Just at some point, you just say, I'm not gonna stay here for much longer.
Yeah, that could generally be how it goes with some of these tricks. Just give it a try or two. If you can't get it, just move on. And Antoine's first to charge.
Oh, looks like Swerb doesn't actually perform the water platform skip.
Looks like he gave it a shot, but didn't get it.
I wonder. I might be able to hop in his chat after this race and help him out with that, because I don't know if Swerb... Do you know if Swerb does Atom skip?
I don't, actually.
If he does, then water plat probably needs like a single adjustment, and it's always free from that point forward. So I might take a look, help Swerb out. Swerb misses the charge on the pinky while going down, so he has to jump over it, which is unfortunate. I would be very surprised if he skips this, of course. Now Antoine is somewhere within the realm of 20 or so seconds ahead. No, more than that. And yeah, this is going to be somewhat difficult for Swerb to come back on, depending on whether he does Atom skip. I think Antoine does, but also it's easy to get stuck on Atom skip. So that might give Swerb the buffer he needs, but again, it all depends on whether Swerb even tries.
Yeah, it's still very early. We've got a lot of run to go, so we'll see how this plays out.
Antoine making my personal worst room in the game look easy. See, I know I could solve all my problems if I did the right side wall kick like he does, but that ledge, man. Anton opens the Jaffe room door. Does he think this is Hundo or something? I wonder if that's just like a for fun thing, but he's gonna nail Magus skip in one. That setup looked perfect. Great Coyote to skip the ledge as well. That looked picture perfect. Yep, you'll see the runners use missiles on this white CU, even though they have the ability to shoot beams much faster, because missiles have higher DPS than any reasonable mash on these brains. You would need, like, I don't know, like 20-something, I think it was calculated one time, shots per second, which is not really doable unless, I guess, you're Ludwig, Ludwig, I don't know, that Mario Party game. But yeah. But Swerve getting Magus skip in 3. Oh, that was a good decision by Antoine to turn around just to get out. Yeah, that was fairly close.
Yeah, it was a couple close calls there, but gets through the first Emmy.
Swerve doing some Dopplers on these missiles here. But ideally you would want to do these Dopplers at the end, because that's where it matters. So it's all right. I'd say he put himself in harm's way of the Rinkas a little bit too often because of those intermittent jumps, but it's fine. And we're going to see him tackle the white Emmy here. Movement looking just fine for a jump over, at least. Antoine missing the Goomba on his way up. Oh, and he falls down the tower. It's all right. We're fine. heading through Corpia Speedway for Antoine, trying to leave Artaria, enter the next nobody likes part of the run, Cataris. Swerb getting acquainted with the Spider Magnet, but again, the Cloak Door.
Yeah. Couple of little missteps for Antoine here, and Swerb did have a slightly better white Emmy, so we'll see. That should give him an extra second or two back.
This is suspicious. Oh, that's fine. All good. Good backup by Antoine to fix the deboost there. I actually thought that the deboost he had before the fixing would have been fine if you controlled this jump, but I think he just didn't feel comfortable about it, which is completely fair. Now Swerb, judging by the timers, yeah, I'd say Swerb is more than or roughly close to a minute behind at the moment. Oh, the door! The door again! The casualties. We have 3 casualties so far by way of cloak doors. No. I wonder if it's a matter of nerves or it's just... Oh! Another one! They're 2 for 2! Nice deboost from Swerb, making up a little bit of time over Antoine on this deboost.
Yeah, it looks like he's... Yeah, I think you're about right with about a minute. And Cataris is just a long grind to get through. Not much. It's a section you gotta get through. You don't get our next power up for a little while.
That was one of the cleanest super boosts I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That was like Mr. Clean. You know what I mean? Like that was great.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly, Antoine is a French runner, probably talks a lot or mingles a lot with the other French runners, specifically the ones in the Mockin bracket, perhaps. So I know that it's a tight-knit group up there, and probably just helping each other out with the tournament, just upping each other's game, using each other to step up. So yeah, I am not surprised to see, even in the Thoha bracket, from that class of runners, the French runners, just playing out of their minds in certain segments. Swerb going to be holding a charge going here. I wonder if he's also doing super boosts. Yep. Very well done from Swerb. Ooh, almost gets knocked off by the ply. Oh, tries to shoot the ply, but taps down on the stick by accident. So falls off the magnet, but it's alright. He didn't fall completely off, so it works out. Gonna go for Hell Run here, something we missed before on the side of Antoine. Swerb needs to be careful here. He already lost like 2 ticks worth of time. No, we're good.
Yeah, both runners went for it. Both were pretty clean.
We are heading towards the dreaded Adam Skip. That's going to be the next thing that he does immediately after triggering this thermal and heading down back into the Emmy zone. He's going to leave through the left side, the place that Swerb is currently in. You might have missed it. There was a thermal door at the top of that room. He just opened it. And Antoine's going to go and attempt Adam Skip. We will see how many attempts this takes. One of the hardest tricks for most people to learn and even to continue doing. Yeah, you'll notice that. Oh, no! Swerb takes a hit from the green. Nice parry by Swerb. Get out of there. Yes, he deserved that. This is what he needed. Oh. Anton gets it in, was that 6? 7?
I think it's 7.
6,
Sounds
right?
about right.
6, 7, yeah. All right. So Swerv's going to need a pretty good Adam Skip here. because right now the gap between him and Anton has only gotten larger, which is unfortunate because a lot of it had to do with the fact that Swerb got hit by the green Emmy there. So Anton lowers the lava at 1435. I'll keep that in mind, and we'll see when Swerb does it. Looks like Swerb is also having a bit of difficulty on Adam's skip. Yeah, everyone's dreaded. Oh, that one looks good. Nice. I think that was 6th try on the side of Swerb as well.
Yep, so the both of them about the same time to get through the Adam skip, which is good. Antoine was going to maintain his lead.
Yeah, but we are beyond the first. Oh, both runners missing the second switch pseudo. Yeah, I missed that earlier today too. The pseudo is bad somehow. If you think too much about it, it's hard. If you don't think about it at all, you kind of forget that you're doing it sometimes, because it's just so natural. But
yeah, that's the usual way to put a lot of tricks in speedrunning in general. Is just when you start thinking about the trick too much, you start screwing up. When you kind of just let yourself muscle memory it, you're fine.
absolutely. And yeah, we just reached confirmation from Swerbe's lava lower. He is currently 1:15 behind as of that freeze frame. So there is still, as JP said earlier, there is still a lot of game to play. So we'll see how it goes for both runners. Swerbe missing the reverse Adam. He didn't let himself rub on the magnet for long enough. So instead he got a wall kick instead of a magnet grab jump. I've made that mistake like twice in the last week. It's so bad. And when you do get it, sometimes you don't even know you did. I'm going to be taking a slight detour in Dyrant. Well, I say slight, but it's like 3 minutes. That's too long for me. But I'm going to take a slight detour into Dyrant to pick up the wide. Antoine looking like he's having a bit of trouble with the Dyrant slope tech there. That gets it the second time, which is fine. It's one of those things where you do it if you know you can, and it saves like a minor amount of time, but it's totally okay to skip if it's uncomfortable. Swerb will be entering Dyrant as well at around the same time when Anton would, I think, be leaving the wide beam room? Question mark? No, I think it's after he regains control from wide. Oh, but these jumps might be telling a different story. No, bonks 2 ceilings on the way to wide. Yeah, so by the time Swerb gets out of the tram, Antoine will be regaining control on the wide beam. Wow, I was frame perfect there. Just call me a prophet. That's what I am. Come on.
Alright, you're a prophet.
I can see the future. Yeah, Swerb's about 1:22 behind according to Parg in chat. Hopefully everyone's enjoying this one. I am having my lunch break while watching this. I'm trying to keep up, you know, inject some commentary here and there. But oh no, Revenge of the Pedro part 20 million again. Those wide beam blocks never leave us speedrunners alone.
Yeah. It's tough to sometimes commentate and enjoy a little lunch just because there's always so much action going on.
As for sure, but I'm giving it my all. Sometimes I might just disappear though. That's my bad.
Now, you've actually been talking quite a bit. I'm trying to inject commentary when I can, but at the same time, you're much more experienced at this than I, or at least at this game than I am.
Well, hey, listen. You don't need experience to give great commentary. You know what? I have no commentary experience. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can play this game kind of good. That's all I got. Oh, and I'm loud, but, you know, we can ignore that. Green Emmy coming, or Green CU coming up. Antoine is going to get a charge beam out before hitting the shell with missiles. This is because one charge beam at the start equates to a missile. Normally, it would take you 19 missiles to break the shell, but with a charge beam at the start, you can use only 18. So it saves like that fraction of a time where the last hypothetical 19th missile would be traveling. Less if you Doppler, but that one's kind of hard. The scariest non-scary kill of the run here, Green Emmy.
I think I just noticed that Swerb is alternating between water and coffee.
Maybe he put too much sugar in it. He's like, I can't have this too much.
Maybe.
Or maybe there's not enough sugar in his coffee. And he has sugar in his water for some reason. He forgot. I don't know.
Sugar water. I feel like that's like a... The only time I really heard about that is like Men in Black.
Yeah, honestly. So here, Swerb tried to do some Dopplers on the shell, but he also missed the opening charge shot, and his fire rate wasn't good enough. So he will get hit by the Rinka. That's one of the ways that if anyone's looking to improve on their green CU kills, if you hit the opening charge shot and you can Doppler on missile 15 or 16 and then kill the brain before you get hit by a Rinka, you've done it correct. And then, of course, there's the charge missile version, but that's ugly.
Swerve good on the green Emmy. Antoine did pick up the 10 missile pack. This is something I also like to watch in these races is we can't, because this is just NMG, we do have the runners watching at times. Like, I think we've seen Antoine talk in chat already. You can watch your opponent, and if you're ahead, you can start to potentially take safeties that you might not normally take.
That's true. That missile 10 is 4 seconds of time loss, but could potentially give you a lot less time loss when fighting against Kraid, which is the split after this one that Antoine is currently on. Having a bit of trouble with the ledges. The reason why he keeps trying to fall off of the ledge is because when you're underwater and you try to do a quick hop by tapping B, it won't let you since like you're waterlogged. So what you want to do is jump away from the ledge and then go back onto it, which results, if you do it too quickly, in the away input that Antoine had twice. Also, but he does get the cheat shot through the tunnel to open that previous charge door, which is always nice. Swerb getting through the tunnel pretty easily, and now Antoine's going to start the Varia climb here. Getting stuck on a ledge for a second, but gets the smooth morph into that tunnel. Okay, those blocks don't give him any trouble. Neither do those. Yep, that's looking like a really standard Varia climb. Well done. There's a lot of little things that go in that room that might not be too obvious at a glance, for sure. But with only a couple minor missteps, Anton just clears it for free. Swerb is about to head over to the Varia climb to take his crack at it, but I think by the time Swerb gets there, Anton's going to be transitioning into the red TP.
I give an eye on the times. Antoine Varia cutscene ended at 23:48.
All right, all right. Here comes Swerb's Varia climb here. Oh, looks like he had a bit of trouble with his unmorphing there and it messed him up a little bit. Maybe it might have mixed up his inputs. Just completely fine. Shake it off and keep going. Swerb does not know about the wall kick to save having to go up to that next ceiling. But that's just a knowledge check for sure. And he is through and time.
Yeah, looking at the end of this cutscene. So, looks like about a minute 20.
All right, same distance as last time though, which is fine. To answer a question from chat following, no, language does not do anything. If it did, I'd probably be playing in French too, but it doesn't do anything. Even if it did, this game has a glitchless trick called Atom Skip that skips pretty much all of the language part that would do anything. But here, Antoine is going to be dropping into Kraid, giving his crack at the big green time waster. Ooh, doing charge missiles here. Yep, has full missiles going into phase 2. That was a good decision by him to do some charge missiles at the end of phase 1. He's going to be hitting the belly here with his beams. So he's foregoing the single wall jump strat, which is fine. Chooses to get hit by the claws on purpose to get some cheat shots on the way before the magnet goes down. I don't actually know how many missiles it takes to kill Kraid. I should probably learn to count that at some point so that I don't, you know, I can just face an attack head on and just beat him at the same time, but it's alright. Looks like his splits don't agree with this Kraid fight. He might be in the... Nope, he's green? Well, he's not green, but... Oh, there it is. Yeah, he had a slightly below PB Kraid fight, it seems. The RNG wasn't too good. He didn't get a stairs pattern while he was shooting the belly for sure. Could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, let's take a look at Swerb's fights. Someone's going for the charge missiles. Let's stick in phase 1 a little longer.
Yeah, one thing I'll suggest when you're doing charge missiles like those is that if your speed is relatively similar to the speed that Swerb showed, I would probably ditch the missile part entirely. Because at that point, you could probably get 2 quick charges out in the same time to get a charge missile. And I wouldn't use them in runs until you can optimally output charge missiles at around the same rate as quick charges even. It's all about balance and work for sure. But Antoine, while we're looking at Swerb's Kraid fight, just goes over the tomato soup for free, does not drop to early grapple. One of 2 intended sequence breaks that we'll be using in the early space route, which is the route that I'm pretty sure all of the Thoha bracket is using. See, this is the fun bracket. It has no short boost in it. I wish I was here. Well, I don't, because that would be unfair. But I do wish that I do wish that I didn't have to do short boosts in this tournament. That route sucks.
Yeah, this is probably the route I would be most familiar with as well. It's the few times I've run this category, I've run the early grapple, early space.
Yeah, so that's fun. This sounds great. Honestly, I feel like this route is probably the shining gem of where the community has come together to grind together to make like a really strong route to optimize. And then Arcandy had to go and discover skewing. So thanks for that, bro. So now unrestricted is fun restricted. And no major glitches is just sad. Man. Taurus putting a quote out that I totally never said. I wish I could suck more so I could play the fun route. That was not what I said. These runners are great. All right? I didn't say anything. But yes, I do wish I didn't know how to short boost. I will say that.
You basically have become too good to have fun.
Listen, unfortunate. See, that's why I've been taking a hundo vacation recently. I am so bad at 100%, but I'm just having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No pressure. Short boost cannot be a major glitch contextually. It by itself subverts another glitch, which is like infinitely more major. If you've heard of camlock before, short boost just gets around having to do camlock, so contextually it cannot be major. Anyway, that's enough about that. Let's get back to the race, you know, the good stuff. Swerb having a bit of difficulty going down on the grapple descent. I think Anton got a unfavorable Emmy spawn. He did, but he does just slide cloak past. The Emmy turns right. Good awareness of environment shown by Anton there. Misses the ledge. Doesn't know about the middle shortcut you can take as a recovery option. Might not be used to missing that very often if that's the case. We'll see Swerb's grapple ascent. Ooh. He tried to grapple up to the third one a little bit too quickly, so he didn't get to the second grapple in time. Anton meleeing off that last ledge. That is one melee you do not want to do because you increase your air time. You would rather slide off that ledge so you could grapple onto the ceiling quicker. That is more net time saved than any melee will ever give you. You know, I noticed that a lot of runners really like their melee button, where they'll just do it off of ledges, through doors, through every door, or many doors, and then sometimes just through enemies for no reason. It's like, you guys know that's a bit slower, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's really cool though. See, I wish meleeing wasn't so fun. You know, like,
Yeah.
why couldn't they make it a bit more boring? Just like SWAT, you know, like Samus Returns melee. Like it was functional, but I fell asleep. And Metroid, like I had there was a meme category I wanted to play once where the only movement you can do was neutral jumping and meleeing. I might still try that. Because running around while swatting things away is fine. Swerb gets great yellow Emmy RNG here. Left and to bottom, it'll never detect you. Anton taking the early grapple shortcut. Let's see if Swerb hits this coyote out of the morph tunnel. Does not, but he does pass the knowledge check. Knows about the middle cut through as a recovery option. Yep, and he's going to be doing one charge shot into melees to defeat the hedgehogs. Some people don't seem to know as well. I didn't know this until earlier as well. A charge shot and a single missile will defeat those hedgehogs, so you don't have to do these melees. The melees have ending lag on them for anyone's ever played fighting games. Moves have recovery frames. Melees tend to have a lot of that, so we don't want to do it since it does make you instantaneously faster, but the end lag is too much. Unless you're canceling it with something, which usually doesn't happen, but Storm having a bit of issues with ledges on the way up to bombs, but it's completely fine, gets through with little difficulty. And here, bomb acquired. Not sure why it's called bomb. Shouldn't it be bombs? Doesn't she just have a lot of them? Where does she even make them?
I think they're like energy, essentially, like energy bombs. So, I guess like they're kind of just like drained from the power suits.
I guess, but the lights don't change. So like, where's her power? Is she a plant? Photosynthesizing? No, but there's no sunlight here. That wouldn't make sense either.
I'm my head's hurting a little bit. But yeah, I think like something like more descriptive than bomb would be nice. Like,
Yeah, I know, right? I wonder if Antoine will be taking his crap. Nope, wait, that's the wrong door. I'm trolling. Is it this door? Nope, Antoine will not be going for backdoor flash and IBJ infinite bomb jump at roughly 150 BPM. where you just rock back and forth next to and slightly above the middle of the flash door that he'll be taking to leave the flash shift room. You can IBJ through that, even though it's a bit of a weird ceiling, but it only saves 8 seconds in this category done correctly. So it's completely fine to skip it in favor of just maintaining a lead that you know you want to keep. JP made reference to that earlier. Maybe Antoine is watching the restream. You know, I've seen a lot of those, like pretty much all the French runners taking the up left path through that room. Eventually, I need to time whether the up left path or the right side wall kick path is better. Oh wow, we're going to be seeing Brenia pseudos, these crouch turnaround pause buffers.
Ooh, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see these here. Oh dear, it looks like Anton's having a bit of trouble with the pseudos. That one hit. Yeah, the last 2 shots are the ones that hit. Every other shot he tried was either way too low or way too high, which is unfortunate. So unfortunately, by using that strategy, if Swerb gets a relatively decent normal strat through that room, he will have a faster room than Anton. But I guess it's fine. These runners are pushing themselves. Even in a race setting, I would assume, trying to do these tricks they know they can do. So any experience is good. We're just looking to refine ourselves. That might actually be copium, actually, because we don't want to lose time in tournament, but hey. Thoha is saying that her suit 3D prints her weapons as they're needed. So where does it get the material to 3D print? Surely we can explain this. See, Swerb takes the right side wall kick path through that room, so I would really wonder whether left or right is faster. But here I definitely know that middle is faster than top, yet Anton taking the top pathing. Oh no, misses the flash wall kick. Oh, Swerve's also going for the pause buffer pseudos. He's doing this in a bit of a strange way. He's been double pausing for some of them. Oh, looks like the double pause is a mistake. Okay, now it's looking intentional. Yeah. You're aiming too high, Swerb. You're aiming too high. Alright, so if you guys want a clean visual cue for the left blob, you want to scroll your left stick down until the text on the events page starts scrolling. Because if you get it to where it just starts to scroll all the way down, your angle is correct. Here you can see every attempt Swerb is taking that doesn't work, and the diffusion blobs are breaking around him. You can see that the text, the event list isn't scrolling at all. You know? So, Swerb is having a bit of a knowledge gap here, where he doesn't seem to know where the correct angle is. Keeps trying to do the same angle over and over. Definition of insanity. So, hopefully he'll get through. Meanwhile, Anton picks up the speed booster. This is a really distressing place to be in. Swerb just gives up and goes down for this blob. You hate to see it.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. That's gonna put him even significantly further behind.
For sure, for sure. Alright, Antoine is going to be heading to Quiet Robe. Now the gap is significantly large. If Antoine does not die to anything and just continues to take these consistency strats, he's going to be looking in a really good shape right now, given the pacing of this race. But Swerb might be able to pull some freak strats out of his hat that he's not wearing. But, I mean, figure of speech.
Out of his headphones?
Sure, why not? You know, I saw someone once in high school. They were the type to always wear headphones. And I swear this is nasty, but it's not that nasty. She opened her ear cup and pulled out a Skittle and ate it. I am so serious. That was hideous. So, like, I don't know, man. People be hiding stuff in their headphones somehow. That is nasty. Oh, that was interesting. Gets a right flash. I'm not sure what that was about. But all good. Doing the slide under strat. Passes the knowledge check. Will he take a deboost? Yes. Passes the second knowledge check. I'm proud of you. Yeah. We'll see a lot of runners jumping over Quiet Robot, or just waiting for it to attack before they jump over. Even waiting at the top of the arena. Antoine passes the knowledge check and slides under the robot, saving the most amount of time, and also getting a speed booster earlier. But no! Misses the wall kicks on the way up. Did not delay the first wall kick fast enough, but gets out. Meanwhile, Swerb also getting out of the yellow CU room. His fight looked kind of okay. Now he's going to be trying to laser down the yellow Emmy. Oh, well, aim looks good. Yeah, we're good. Oh man, I forgot I had pasta. This race is so nice. Just forgot about my lunch. We're going to see this towards Berenia 2 speed, taking the lower route. That is dubious. Better to just learn the jump cue, I think. But it's okay. Meanwhile, Swerb hitting up the first speed tech. Oh, nice recovery. He actually ended up messing up a little bit, but he does get a recovery wall kick just in time. Okay, so I think what Swerb tried to do at the very end there was buffer a melee into a right spark. Doesn't know about the Y plus B mid spin spark, it seems, which is okay. But we've been seeing a lot of instant sparks attempts from runners all across both sides of the bracket with Malkin and Thoha, irrespective of some skill level. Runners have been doing things like meleeing into up sparks, or free aiming to break their spins for an instant spark. They'll be doing melees in the air to do their instant sparks, or regular sparks even sometimes. And it's like, if you're mid-air and you're in respin, you can hit Y plus B to spark immediately in any direction. If you're on the ground and you're holding up, you can just tap B and you'll instant spark up. You don't have to do a melee or anything. In fact, most sparks in this game don't need that melee key to be hit. At least for speed. Gonna be seeing nice, good connect on the Berenia 2 speed keep here. Swerb electing not to take the Quiet Robe speed keep. It is a bit of a tricky speed keep, so I can totally understand. We're gonna be seeing Antoine doing double turnarounds, crouch turnaround pseudos for Drog Skip. I don't think I've ever seen that used as an alternative. Oh no, falls down the Steve Tower. No! You hate to see it. Steve Tower has been claiming victims all tournament long. It's alright, gets up there without much trouble. Swerb gets double spark bonks onto the robot. Shine Sparks do deal 50% or 100% of a boss's HP, depending on what boss it is. I mean, it also does 0% sometimes, because it doesn't work, but you can ignore that.
Going with the missiles. Looks good. So, yep, there you go. Through it. Again, I know that both runners are watching the stream, as both of them have spoken up in chat at least once.
I'd imagine both runners are keenly aware of the pace difference, but they'll just be playing it cool, just trying their best for sure. There's no real reason to get anxious over any pace. Just focus on your own gameplay. Give it the best you got. We are in a tournament setting, so there are going to be times where, you know, it's you only get like one shot, so you want to make sure that one shot you give is what is your best effort for that day.
Yeah, that's also again where this is a little different from normal PB attempts. Is if you're over PB attempts, things start to go wrong, you just reset. No resetting here.
I wish there was resetting. God, man, it was like for the tournament, new rule for now. Keku, I hope you're listening at some point. There's a new rule now. You get 5 tries at Corpius. You can take your best pace. I'm just saying. This tournament would be so much more happy. Also, can we pause the timer during short boost? I think that would be pretty legal. Oh, Swerb sparks into the door. Fails a certain knowledge check regarding the game's spark input buffer. When you're hopping off a ledge in Shine Spark's store and you press the shoot button, you're gonna spark for some reason. I couldn't tell you why. It's annoying, but it does happen.
I believe chat has shut down your idea.
But it's such a good idea. Do you know how many matches I would probably not lose to myself on? Like, man, short boost, man, please, please.
So there's the plasma beam pickup. Well, Swerb just digging into Gavorin. I think when I was checking it last, it was like a difference is around 3 minutes now.
Something like that, yeah. I think. Yeah, Antoine's playing really like comfortably here, even going as far as doing the Elon speed keep all the way until the eye door. So I think he's in a very good spot. Swerb not getting the best of RNGs on the robot, but doesn't know about deboosting through the robot to just continue DPS. It also happens that these beams that the robot's shooting does like double the damage of the damage you would take if you just toe tapped the robot's body. So most people look at the amount it takes to hit on these fights and they're like, oh, well, if I did damage boost strats, I would die, but they never consider the fact that touching the boss itself is damage, and it doesn't do that much. Meanwhile, Antoine just making his way through the Elon Warrior. Not sure why he did that melee there. Maybe it auto spaces for some flash timing. He's going to go for the best time save of all time. Hits the insta spark, or not the spark, hits the spark shot on the first door, but misses the second one. And now, as I always say, the greatest boss fight in all of Metroid Dread, the leaving Elon cutscene. I want to see how much time it takes, because I forgot about this like 4 times in the tournament so far, and I would always lose like a second up, or even more to this cutscene. Swerb holding the shot button before the grapple button ends up quick charging the gap. Oh! There it is! There it is! That is the... There it is!
Yeah, I could see the button mispressed too, because I saw the cat.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen someone lose to that boss as hard as Antoine just did. Unfortunate. Oh no. Oh yes. Great recovery by Antoine. So he got the traditional bad spawn of the Blue Emmy, but he took top route, which I think it got into the Blue Emmy's radius. So the Blue Emmy, instead of climbing up and away, climbs down and towards him, which is something you have to react to when you enter the room. But he misses the full top route connect. I think Arcandy debuted the top route. Oh! Antoine falls off the mushrooms! This would be a great time to no single wall jumping to stay up there. Unfortunately, doesn't know how to do it, judging by the Kraid fight. Goes for the under door shot. That one depends on RNG. So it scares me, but it's alright. Alright, Antoine going for another up spark onto the brain. If your mashing isn't solid, then yes, that is faster. It's harder too, but that's alright. That is dubious, yeah. Antoine doing the full upright version where you speed into the right wall and then climb up that wall. The reason why that is not the best idea, as Swerb is about to die on the way out of Elon, I hope he doesn't. Alright, he's fine. Unless he dies to the eye door here. The reason why you don't want to do the full right side climb up until the same spot where Antoine was trying to shoot the Blue Emmy from, you might have noticed the door wasn't opening. The Blue Emmy just wasn't anywhere. This is because for the entire time, Antoine was on the ground floor and did not ever go up to the left. If you do that, even for a brief moment, such as when you're doing single wall climbs up the left wall, the Blue Emmy will bias towards the left. Because, you know, that's the shortest path to Samus all of a sudden, right? So he'll double back through the tunnel and come through the door quicker, which is why we do the left side climb. So hopefully Antoine will sometime soon be able to adjust that playbook, figure it out. Meanwhile, we're running through.
I know that ice semi is one that's giving me trouble because I can't fully figure out how to manipulate it, but
yeah, so yeah, it's just the single wall climbs off the left side with your flash shift, where you just so the idea is that you want to speed boost out of the room. You want to make sure the door is the charge door at the top is also open before you reach the Blue Emmy, and then at that point, you speed boost out, slide through the tunnel, and then wall jump off the left side and flash to the right twice. That left side wall jump, the one wall jump, is what turns the Blue Emmy around back through the charge door. That's all you need. Meanwhile, Swerb makes quick work of the Elon final boss, the cutscene, and Antoine is going to be heading towards the space pseudo, I assume. Yep, this looks like a space pseudo pattern. Very precise melee morph pseudo here. The angle looked slightly too far right, perhaps. It is very difficult to tell because of the size of this. That's way too far right. I guess I was wrong. All right, my bad. Sorry, I don't know this trick anymore.
yeah, that trick for me. Sometimes I'll get it really quick. Sometimes I'll feel like I spent 5 minutes trying to get it.
Yep. It's truly one of the tricks of all time. Yeah, there it is. I mentioned earlier about instant sparking. Swerb hit his melee key before up sparking, but you don't need to do that melee. You can just hold up and press B. You'll get the spark. It will be instant. Yeah, so you see that wall kick to the left there? Had Swerb sped out of the room correctly and done that faster, the Blue Emmy would already be like halfway dead right now. That's what the correct Blue Emmy manipulation is here. Swerb looking unfazed though, just looking to finish the run as per usual. Even with this gap, it's admirable to see that Swerb is just continuing to play, giving it his all.
Yeah, this is the part of the run, though, I find probably the most satisfying, especially when you're going for the early space route, is just when you start nailing some of these tricks, it just feels so satisfying.
Or at least, so like Space Pseudo might be one of the coolest tricks to hit and one of the most obnoxious to learn how to hit. It's like, you're shooting through a floor. That is so cool. Too bad it's like sub-pixel perfect and like if you hit it, you win the lottery. I don't get it, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
sorry?
I just love this section just because after you get space jumped, then it just feels like you're just breaking the game in just a fun way, and even though like obviously there's no major glitches here, but
see the major glitch. There is no major glitch. I lost the joke as soon as I thought of it. This happens to me all the time, but you're right for sure. Space jump in this game feels so perfect to me. And I think the only game with Space Jump in it that I could go back to and not feel like immediate anger is probably like ZM or something. Because it feels just as snappy over there. Super Metroid, if you miss an input, you are falling to your death. And I think in Fusion, it's just a bit slow. I'm not sure. No, it's not slow. I'm trolling. Is it ZM or Fusion that has snappier Space Jump? Does anyone know?
I haven't played either in a while, so I can't say off the top of my head. Yeah, the last one I actually played was a Super Metroid ROM hack, which felt better than normal Super Metroid. That's all I'll say.
Isn't there a SM ROM hack that's just SM, but like modernized with its physics and controls or something? I might try that for fun.
Might be.
I think it gives you the ability to respin out of a jump, which is like the best addition ever to Metroid. And I could never get around that it didn't exist in SM, but it works out. While we were talking, we just completely missed that Swerb just nailed the Space Pseudo. That is my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really quick section for him. So quick we didn't even notice.
So the runners are now a full split apart from each other at this point. Anton trying to do the out of water bomb jump, doesn't seem to know the timing, so he's going to go for the regular bomb jump out of the water instead. What's funny is that the timing he used for the water bomb jump is the correct timing for the out of water bomb jump. So I wonder what the mind control is there. That's all right. We're going to see as Swerb takes the shortcut towards the end required robe. Antoine is going to go for this pseudo, which gave him a bit of trouble. I wonder why he flashed into all that and like hit all his buttons in a weird way. The actions he were taking didn't really look like a setup to me. But when he did get it, he did use a setup. Might have been just like, I don't know, some quick finger jibes. Maybe he had some jazz in his hands for a bit. Who knows? Do you think Samus likes Pepsi or Coke?
I'm gonna go Coke. That's just based like on kind of suit colors and stuff. I don't know if she uses anything that really has like a blue hints to it. I guess maybe Ice Beam, but
you know, I hate that you're right because Swerb just passed over a missile tank and it just has Coca-Cola colors. So that's unfortunate. Oh, but Gotron makes a good point. Pepsi has a ball in the logo.
Oh, yeah, that is a good point.
Okay, I wonder if there's a suit mod in this game where you can just have Pepsi colors. Pepsi Man. Wrong game.
If there's not one, just suggest it enough and someone will put one in.
Anton heading into Gavarin, looking to start the end game, where from this point forward, you take a small shortcut through the top of Gavarin, head towards the cross bombs, pick them up, and then you're in the last 3 areas of the game. So We're fast approaching an end here. Swerb is on his way to early screw. Does a down spark for fun. It is purely a for fun thing. It is very slightly not faster than just rolling off the ledge, even, which is sad. We don't really use down sparking very often in this game, even though this game introduced down sparking. I think that's a big shame, but it is what it is. All right, and we're gonna see Swerb go for a short boost, right? No?
No.
Why not? It saves time, technically. Come on. No, I'm just joking. I actually hope that none of the Thoha runners ever find a reason to try to go for short boost ever in their lives. It is the worst trick of all time. At least the early early screw version. Swerb gets up with the underwater space jumps just right. Anton, meanwhile, excelling at the early gravity puzzle. Skips those missile 10s because he picked up the under red TP ones for Kraid. And you only need 50 plus for Ravenbeak, so he's probably just going to get the ones at the top of this tower here. And then from that point on, he will no longer have any missiles to grab. Swerb gets the screw attack. You can tell from his camera, he did not want to pick that up. And he's going to be taking a speed booster here. Whereas Anton did a out-of-water bomb jump to get out of here. Swerb is going to do a speed booster up spark. It is slightly slower, but you can't mess it up. I hope. I'm going to pick up the gravity suit. Best suit in the game. Best suit of all time. Any sures?
Let's see. Trying to think of the other potentials, because there's that. I mean, in the traditional sense, yeah, it's generally you've got power varia gravity.
Oh yeah, I was talking about aesthetics though. Like, Dread's gravity suit is so good looking, you know?
Dread, I guess, yeah, of the suits, it is the best.
That's what I'm saying. See, for me, do you like Corruption's PED suit at all?
It's alright. I don't know, I'm trying to, I can think of it, and I kind of like how it does evolve. I will say that. I do like how it evolves.
It is my second favorite suit, and it used to be my favorite suit until Dread's Gravity showed up. But see, like, because I know that the PED suit usually isn't everyone's favorite, I just question my opinion sometimes. But I'm pretty sure everyone agrees that the Dread Gravity suit is one of the best suits of all time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for the gravity suits, I'd agree.
Yeah. Anton takes the correct middle shortcut, however, fails another knowledge check. Just space jumping up the Golzuna tower is faster than charging a speed. Lots of things that don't seem very intuitive. Anton going to get the run through of Golzuna. Phase 2, hitting the right side as it spawns a meaty Shine Spark. Oh, but doesn't turn around far enough into the body. He's going to miss the store. Going to go for another turnaround. That one's not going to work. Oh, I lied. It's going to work. He's just that much better than me at calculating. And we're going to Shine Spark the Core X. Doesn't matter if it's in iframes. We don't care. Golzuna goes down for free. Looks like he was 1 or 2 seconds too slow on the split. No one cares. Swerb doing the actual intended early gravity Shine Spark. What he doesn't realize is that he has screw attacks. He can cut through the middle. Much like Antoine did earlier. So, interesting. I wonder where the runners, especially in this bracket, because a lot of the runners in this bracket are recent runners, or have never been in like tournament settings before and are just like recently starting to improve their gameplay. I wonder where they're learning their strats. I know that there are a bunch of guides out there that are somewhat dated but still exist. Devolore has an updated NMG beginner's guide, single segment. You should check him out. His name is Devolore. All one word. Great beginner's guide on NMG. I wonder if that guide maybe is what the runners are mostly using. Swerb getting the store speed block break, which is really nice. It's a quite tricky to time. Oh, but he's gonna have to recover. Gets the recovery. That is a. Oof. We'll have to sweat off our foreheads there. We never want to see anyone lose time to early gravity. That's for sure.
I might actually take a look at that guide just to get back little de-rust. Though, as long as it doesn't do short boost, I don't want to lose.
Oh, no worries. Dev does not have a short boost guide. I'm pretty sure there isn't even a guide for the route on short boost, because most people who go for short boost know what they want to do. It's just that short boost sucks. So we're out here just trying to practice the short part of boosting. It's all right. Listen, next tournament is going to be unrestricted, any %. I will be the only entrant because I'm the only one in the world who likes that category. Unrestricted is actual pain. Gets the up spark through the Berenia Tower, picks up the Missile 10. That'll be his final pickup for the rest of the run, I assume. Anton doing a weird enter Ferenia strat I have never seen before that is almost assuredly slower than full left. Huh. I mean, it's creative. Unfortunately, it's not good. Man, see, like, I kind of wish that I never took up speedrunning. Yes, I wouldn't be here. But also, if I saw stuff like that, I'd just be like, whoa. I wouldn't question anything.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, because for like just a normal perspective, like you say, oh, that was really fast, but you see the little inefficiencies.
For sure, for sure. Oh, that was... Yeah, so... Anton tried to set up his position with the spear in the background with a crossbomb, so that when SQ spawned into the foreground, he would already be in a Spark Store state, or a Shine Sparking like wind-up state, and then he would be in a good position to do it, what we call pogoing on SQ. But he respawned instead. I believe he pressed it too early. Either that or he didn't straighten up. Swerb going for the Golzuna strat, but mistimed the run-through, I think, on phase 2. Or maybe this is his traditional strat. Now he's going to run into Golzuna and try to turn around. That's going to work. Very nice. Meanwhile, Anton just leaving the SQ fight. You'll notice that he didn't have the space needed to do the traditional 2 screw attack, 2 face kill on the Korax. So instead, he did a crossbomb screw attack version, which is the older method for phase 2, 2 phasing. It works just as well. The gold robot not being too cooperative almost knocks him off of the platform, but it ends up working out anyway. Swerb is going to be entering Hanubia to start going to Ferenia. Meanwhile, Antoine is going to be finishing the last encounter in Ferenia. At this point, I think the lead is simply too much in favor of Antoine. It's always difficult to see, but it's even more so because we're in the losers bracket currently. Swerb looking like he's having a bit of trouble timing the DT pseudo onto the grapple block. He was pressing it too early. Yeah, you can see him just like smiling, shaking it off, looking down. He already knows what's up, I think. So we're just looking to close it out and have a good time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is both runner. Well, this is the first Dread tournament in general anyway, so we can just stick with that context. By the next tournament, if it does show up, perhaps we're going to have another NMG tournament at some point, maybe next year. It will not be their first rodeo this time, or for that time. And obviously the time between, they could all spend it to improve, enjoy, like, learn to love the game a little bit more. And next tournament is going to be just as much, if not better, than this one.
I wonder what new trick that everyone, well, not everyone, but the top runners will be pulling off that will blow our minds, but they'll hate as well.
See, NMG is one of those categories where finding a new glitch will not automatically change the route, since Swerb having a bit of trouble with the fire flame there. The reason why he keeps getting bonked, even though he should have iframes, is because screw attack resets your hitbox, so it'll remove your iframes. If you want to get through that fire after getting hit once, you have to neutral jump through it, which is harder to remember than it is to say while you're getting bonked by flames. But yeah, NMG, because NMG is a community classified rule set, even if a new glitch is found, it might take even up to a month or more to see if it's suitable for the category. So it depends. Swerb gets a somewhat different version of the Pogo, but Pogo's all the same. Doesn't know about the two-phase SQ. With Space Jump, it's extremely easy. So you gotta jump over the Corex as it spawns, land into it once, and then just mash your B button and point at the direction of SQ. And you will hit the two-phase. But it's alright. Okay, Antoine's going to charge Storm Missiles before he enters the fight. That way he can start charging them immediately during the fight. Storm Missiles do a ton of damage to warriors. It's almost unspeakable how much damage they do. And it's even more important in the red Chozo fight because this room has a lot of lag. And that means that beam DPS, the faster it gets, the worse it actually is for you. So Storm Missiles don't lag the room that much. And since they do a bunch of damage, you get to keep optimal DPS for at least over half of the fight. If only Stormlocks could go up to 5 on these warriors, I think they would actually evaporate within seconds. Swerb getting less than favorable RNG with the gold robot. You'll notice that he hung around the ledge for a bit because the robot wouldn't leave the ledge. This makes screw attacking it a pain in the butt. But it still ended up dying in a relatively quick fashion. Antoine did not get powerbomb scammed. We like to call it powerbomb scamming when you don't get powerbombs on the way through this area. He's gonna do one of these speed keeps to get up and through that room, and that instead of having to space jump up, you have to use a powerbomb to break the glass tube, much like in every game except Fusion, I think. I don't think Fusion had one of those. I know ZM has one in Chozodia. And SM has one between Kraid and Meridia, right? So
Yeah.
not sure why Fusion doesn't have one. I feel like it's a staple at this point. But that being said, Antoine going to be Storm Missiling, Ice Missiling, and beaming the Gold Warrior here. If you can only take 2 hits from this guy, he does percent health damage, so even on Rookie, he hits like a truck. But going to clear through just fine. While Antoine finishes up the gold Chozo, Swerb will be descending to start the Wave Emmy. At this point, I think Anton could die like 4 times to Ravenbeak and still be fine. So he can kick up his feet, enjoy the only rest of the game for Samus, where she gets to sit in a chair and just wait. You know, how does this even go up? Oh, it gets like springboarded up? Wait, but like gravity. I don't get it.
I'm gonna just say tractor beam.
Maybe it is. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just a really, really strong magnet. Except, wouldn't she just like break apart because she's in a power suit? Is the power suit magnetic? Is it made of metal? What the heck is it made of? What is a Chozo?
I remember in some of the games you can get a magnet ball.
Really? Which? Oh, all right. Wait, right? Wait, what? Huh?
At least one of the
Right.
Prime games. I know that.
Oh, Spider Magnet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Magnet Ball. In this game, it's just your hands. Wait, I just realized it's the same upgrade, but it's your hands. I don't get it. I don't understand. But Anton having a bit of trouble with phase 1, is gonna lock some storm locks here and then mash after probably 2 locks. No! He misses the storm locks! So now he's going to miss gold skip entirely and has to just hope that Ravenbeak gives a quick parry here. Yeah, so when you're in gold phase, this is what we're trying to skip. We call it gold skip because of this this gold parry phase that we don't want. But thankfully gets by it on the second attempt. Heading into Ravenbeak phase 2. He's got 58 missiles. That is more than enough to phase past this giant bird without worrying. As long as you don't miss too many. 50 is the optimal amount. Oh, but gets a cross bomb out. And these cross bombs do equivalent damage to a missile. You can't multi-hit with them on phase 2 and phase 3, unfortunately. Otherwise, this fight would be like really easy. But it's not. Yep. Now we're gonna see the void crossbomb strategy on the side of Anton, where you alternate 2 missiles and a crossbomb every single time, because again, each crossbomb does equivalent damage to a missile, so it's kind of like you're getting a free missile every 2 missiles. So we take those. Swerb, meanwhile, mashing his heart and soul out on these warriors. Anton's gonna take the cutscene, probably because it's just convenient. With the lead that he has, this guarantees a victory. You know what's funny? At the beginning of the game, in the intro cutscene, we don't see it because we skip it, but Samus super missiles RB's mask and cracks it. Well, why didn't he fix that? I don't get it. Like, we're literally in his house, fighting him to the death. He doesn't got a wardrobe? Free mask? He doesn't have it?
I mean, I assume the power suit is something that's, and I'm very specialized, so I don't know how many spares he'd have.
That's a good point. Taurus also makes a good point. Scars are cool.
That's true.
We're going to see Swerb heading through this segment of going towards Eater Ash. Try not to forget where Swerb is going, because many of those rooms are going to be done again on the side of Antoine during the escape right about now. Familiar territory. He's going to be doing a speed booster. During the escape, you no longer have access to your Aeon meter, so you can't do flash shifts, no cloaks, no pulse radar, I guess. And then it's going to be heading towards the ship now. So the runners are separated by an entire Ravenbeak fight, it seems like. No, and the Eater Ash load screens, of course. Anton going for the Arc Spark, a slightly difficult speed keep that saves a touch of time if done optimally. Unfortunately, misses the wall jump there because space jump's a really nice upgrade. I'm trolling. Please, no one hate me. Can we clutch out a 119? Yes, we can. Oh, he stopped the timer quite early.
I think it was accidental.
Yeah, so Anton finishes with an official race time of 1:19:57. I think that's correct, because he stopped the timer at 56 on the restream, but 57 would have matched the actual correct time. So 57 is logical here. Swerb likely going to be within the realm of 4.5 behind? Question mark? But it was a well-fought match from Swerb. Both runners had some difficulties. But there has to be a winner in a tournament match today. And Swerb will be dropping out of the tournament. He's going to give us one final good show against Ravenbeak here. Last goodbye. Swerb going for the 9+1 missile strat. This is the more traditional gold skip strategy. No, but he misses the storm locks. And he just leans back in his chair. There is no reason to do the storm locks with 9+1, unfortunately. So I'm not sure why he elected for them. Oh wait, no, he wasn't trying to do 9+1. He just doesn't crossbomb on phase 1. I see, I see. So he was trying to go for the 2 lock and misses gold skip. I see. Going for right side wall strats, it seems like, which is completely fine. Oh, never mind. We're ditching the wall. Oh, but he's getting some minor weaving in. We're having a bit of a stare down between Samus and her Gatling. Yep, Swerb is out of missiles, so he's gonna have to resort to beaming, which is completely fine. Ravenbeak starts with the Hyper Cannon. Hyper Cannon is one of the best of moves you can get. Oh wow, this RNG is phenomenal on the side of Swerb. Hyper Cannon into parry. I wish I could get that every time. I love that RNG. Only superseded by parry first into triple hyper. That's the best one. Looks like he was dissatisfied with that Ravenbeak fight. But everything must end, including this run. Swerb is going to be cleaning up RBX here, and then be heading out of ZDR in traditional Samus fashion. You cannot have a Metroid game without an escape. Walking through all the enemies because she's just cool like that. And gotta set this power bomb before the room starts. And I forgot to mention earlier, power bombs are special in that if you transition through a room when you're charging one, it'll just reset the charge, and nobody likes that. So we set them before in the previous room. Everyone likes that. See if Swerb tries to go for Arc Spark. Nope. He is going to be entering the big room soon for an up spark. Here we go. Ooh, we're ball sparking. I respect that. Ball sparking is very safe. I'm speaking like this is unrestricted. It's not. So we're gonna go for the ending spark as well. And time is coming up at probably 1:25:21. There it is. Swerb clocks in with an official race time of 1:25:25. So there was a bit of delay there. GG's to both runners. I gotta swing real fast, JP, so I'll let you handle the post-game comm.
Alright. See if we can get them both in here.
Hello?
Yep, we have Anton joining us now. GG.
Thank you. It was a good race, Very fun to participate at this.
We also have Swerb joining us. GG.
Hello. Thanks. GG, Antoine.
Thanks, you too.
That was silly. That was fun.
Yeah, so let's just start with the general thoughts. How do you both feel about the run overall?
I mean, I don't know. Not great. That was fine, I guess, for me. I wasn't expecting to win. Like, I knew Antoine was just a much better player than me. It was a much better time. Like, my sum of best is, like, barely... I don't know, I don't even think it's under his PB, so... like, I wasn't coming in expecting to win, but I was hoping to bust out another PB because my current PB has, like, a death to the white Emmy and speed Emmy. But based on my practice last night, I wasn't feeling too confident. Kind of the same issues I had here with like water skip at the beginning and just... Oh, you know what, actually? So when this started, I like went to take a sip of water during the opening loading and spilled, and that kind of just, I think, set the tone for everything to come afterward.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, like, PB was like alive, honestly, until those Berenia pseudo, which, like, I also had trouble with that last night randomly, and so I was like, I did a practice run before this, and I had no issue with it, but I was getting in my head about it for some reason as I was getting there, and then you saw what happened.
Yeah. I was gonna ask about that. Were you double drinking water and coffee?
Yeah, dude, you gotta stay hydrated. Don't want to get over caffeinated.
Yeah, I think I've noticed a couple times you take a drink of water and then take a drink of coffee.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I probably already had enough coffee before this race even started, but I had like half a mug left. I was like, I'm gonna finish this.
Alright, that's fair. Yeah, just had to do your runs to see. You both are pretty clean. Like, I think neither of you took a death, so you were both clean on that end. I think you both actually had some trouble with that Berenia pseudo. I know Antoine did as well, though not quite as much.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my PB has a death to yellow Emmy, and I still lost like a minute over PB because of those Berenia pseudos. So, and I was really reluctant to just give up and run down like I ended up doing, because I don't know, I'm stubborn and like I haven't gone down to actually shoot those blobs in a million years. So I was like, But yeah, I mean, overall, like, I had a lot of fun with this race and the tourney in general, and I'm glad I participated. I still want to get my PB down some, and obviously I want to, thank you, JP, for coming in and commentating my race. I appreciate that, buddy. I will definitely have to come back and watch this one back, and obviously thanks to you, Sato, as well, and
No
anyone else
problem. No
involved.
problem.
So, well, Antoine, you're going to move on. Not sure who you're playing next, but you do move on in the bracket. How are you feeling about your next race going forward?
I have a sub 20. Yes, it's good. Yeah, sub 20 is very good for me. Pretty cool, but I want to play better for the next match, so I had to practice.
Yeah, could you remind me what your current PB is, if at all?
Yeah, my PB is 1930, I think.
1930, right. All right, so according to the seeding, your next match is Duplain, from what I can understand. And you are currently seated maybe 4 steps ahead of them. So I think that match I think you'll be pretty confident going into that one. See, what scares me about your trajectory is the next match against Izzy. Phenomenal runner from the side of the West over here in America. I can only wish you the best of luck going further into the losers bracket for sure. Hopefully it'll unlock some Super Saiyan in you. You know what I'm saying? Just powering up as you enter and go further into this bracket.
Yeah. I don't have the word, but I just want to participate at the bracket for fun. So it's very very funny for me.
All right.
But I'm in good position, so I hope to just play and win or lose.
Yeah,
It's
win or
very,
lose
very
doesn't
fun.
matter. Or you're just here to have fun, right? That's all that matters to you. Give it your best and all that.
Yes.
All right, I can respect that. That's also why I'm in the tournament. But at the same time, I get salty when I lose. You know what I mean? But for other people in these communities, they're just here to put out their best show. You can only give them their respect. And yeah, I think that's gonna close it for today's match. Assuming neither runner has anything further to say, JP, you could sign us off.
I will say to you runners as well, I will bring up at least one thing that Sato talked about during the race. He is a little salty that you get to do the non short boost route.
Yeah, I am a little mad that I don't get to do the Space Pseudo route in my matches. This route is so fun, and I missed what it was like to enjoy playing NMG.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. I don't mind.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, I'll sign us off here again. GG to our runners. Thanks for joining us here for a quick interview. Looking ahead on the schedule, we still have 2 more matches today. Actually, next one will start in about 20 minutes in the Malkin bracket with Jana versus Justin Zane. And then we have another one later tonight as well. Greggy versus Justin A. Lackey. So yeah, stay tuned. We still have a couple more races for you today, and they'll both be on this channel. But yeah, thanks for joining me here, Sadar, and everyone will see you next mission.